I guess I go by Travel with Zoe now because that's my TikTok name, but I'm just Zoe. Recently, well, for like the past year, I've mostly been traveling the world, mostly around the Caribbean. Since I was 20, I traveled a lot. I would mostly be working in England, but any time I could, when I would take time off, or if I could do like a temporary job, I would just do that and put all my money towards, you know, traveling. So 10 years ago, I took my first solo trip, which was to Jamaica. So I was a student at the time at university, and I had just saved some money from like a summer job. So I went to Jamaica for 2 weeks, and I slept on a local person's couch who I'd never met, and everybody was like, "You're gonna die," and obviously I didn't because I'm still here. And yeah, so since then I had like quite a strong interest in the Caribbean. So I've been to quite a lot of Caribbean islands, but I've also been to like some places in Africa, like Ghana, Gambia, Senegal, some places in Latin America, like Belize and Brazil, and I've been to some places in Europe, like Poland, Italy, and some places in Asia, like Vietnam, Thailand, stuff like that. So kind of lots of places, but I feel like I always end up coming back to the Caribbean a bit more often than everywhere else, you know? There wasn't really that much of a plan. So I was in Trinidad at the time, and I had the time and the money to like carry on traveling for a bit. So I just looked up cheap flights from Trinidad, and Guyana came up as like one of the destinations that has the cheapest flights from Trinidad. So I was like, let's go there. I know they have some famous waterfall, and I know there's the joke about like chicken curry, whatever. So let's just go there. But I had found this one farm like up the Linden Highway. You kind of like apply through the website, like you send them a quick message saying, hey, I'm looking to come to Guyana. I have skills in this, this, and this. I could take videos for your farm and put them on TikTok, whatever. And then they say like, yeah, you can come, or no, you can't come. So as soon as they told me I could come, I booked the flight because I was like, it's a sign. So I actually couldn't go to the family on the first night because my flight landed quite late, because I thought I booked the flight that landed at 10 a.m, but it was actually the one that landed at 10 p.m. So that was my fault. So they couldn't pick me up so late, so I had to sleep in Georgetown for the night. And I don't know, that was like the first video that kind of went, not viral, but the first video that spread a lot. I don't know if you remember the $25 room that everybody hated, and I basically gave a tour of the room, and I was like, hey guys, this is what you can get for 25 US in Georgetown. So to be honest, I feel like I can't remember everything I did in Guyana, because I feel like it just went so fast, and I was just moving around like every 2 days, repacking my bag. And so for example, when I went to Kakwani, I stayed with a local family who had messaged me on TikTok, and they just kind of showed me around the neighborhood, and we went to a little waterfall with some of their friends. However, when I went to Linden, I was kind of like hosted by the kayaking company, and they took me on a kayaking tour, and then they kind of just drove me around wherever I wanted to go for the rest of the day. So that was when I went to the valley and hopped on a motorbike. And the kayaking people came looking for me, you know. Like I came back on the bike and they weren't there, and I was like, where are they? And everyone was like, they went looking for you. I was like, why do people worry about me? Anyways, so outside of nature stuff, I personally find Georgetown a really fun city. Like, I think it's very lively, it's very colourful, there's people selling stuff everywhere, people eating, drinking everywhere, like there's different smells, different sights. It's just, I don't know, I think it's a really fun place. But you know, I secretly am obsessed with like the decorations of the buses. I think it's so cute how like the owner of the bus can really express themselves like through the outside of the bus. So if someone's like a huge LA Lakers fan, you're gonna know because they have the LA Lakers bus. And if somebody else loves like teddy bears, you're gonna know because they've got like a giant teddy bear on the outside of the bus. And so I'm always there like judging like the designs of the bus, and I'm like, oh, that driver loves the LA Lakers, that's so cute. Like, because no, like you laugh, but like it's so endearing. Like, and yeah, the parties were really fun. I mean, I don't really like partying very much, but if there's like an artist performing that I like, or if it's like a juve, then that's when I will go out. So yeah, I had a lot of fun at the Kes show, and I met so many people from TikTok. I felt like a famous person, it was crazy. So I feel like everybody should travel if they have the opportunity, even if it's just within their own country. And some people are understandably a bit scared, but I think sometimes there's a bit too much of a focus on like one story. So for example, one person went missing in, let's say, Linden, and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, you got in a Linden car, it's so risky or whatever, which is clearly not, because you know, thousands of people take these routes every single day, and most of them come back alive. I mean, I had one comment on my video when I went into Sapphire, and the comment said, wow, you're lucky you met the 1% of decent people in Sapphire. And I thought to myself, can you imagine thinking that 99% of a village or an area, whatever you want to call it, was full of terrible people? And I just cannot imagine ever seeing the world that way anywhere. And I'm sorry, but no wonder, if you leave your house with that attitude, and no wonder you're going to end up having bad interactions, because wow. I don't know, to be honest, I think because I've spent way more time in other islands, and this part of the Caribbean is obviously new to me, it's actually been a bit more difficult to like grasp the accent. And I can't figure out the accent, because sometimes it sounds Bajan, sometimes it sounds a bit American. It's like an American Caribbean accent. So I don't know, like when Professor Moore sends me voice notes, I have to play them 3 times. I've never told him, but I'm just like, what's he saying? So I don't know. I would say in general, I've had a couple of like bad experiences. But for me, I know that that's might be gonna happen. So for example, I know that I might be gonna get my phone stolen. I know that I might get lost. I know all these things are possible, so if they do happen, it's not really shocking because I already knew it might happen. So like I got robbed at gunpoint once in Barbados, and when I was in Panama, it's kind of a long story, but basically somebody smashed the window to my apartment and tried to get in with like a rope to probably strangle me and my flatmate because he was really obsessive over her. It's a long story, but then somebody came to fight him and then he went away. But it's like, I know these things happen in the world. Of course, I'm not immune to these things. So naturally, you know, if I'm always outside and I'm always going around and about, then I'm sure a couple of things will happen sometimes. But once I'm alive and, you know, nobody like really physically hurts me, then I'm kind of, not like I'm okay with it, but I'm like, life goes on, you know. For me, people always ask like, what's your favorite thing? What will you miss? And it's really difficult because it's just a whole picture, because in one day you experience like so much. You experience the food, you experience the transport, you experience the people, you maybe make a new friend, you experience going on a bike, you experience the views, whatever. So it's not really one thing. And it's just got vibes. Like, it's really just got vibes. Like everywhere you go, there's just vibes. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for watching my videos and thank you for all your help and all the fun times that you gave me. You know, like some of these parties I went to by myself, but I just had a great time with everyone because you guys are so welcoming. And thanks to everybody that showed me the ITIL food. Thank you to everybody who even just helped me like find which bus to get on or which car to get in or anything like that. So yeah, love you guys.